Okay, sorry, I just had to figure out what payload I actually wanted to use. Now, the one we actually want to use for this one, in my case, is you can use this one if you want, but I'm having problems, so I'm just going to use this one. Here's Metasploit framework payload, and then this is the one I'm actually going to use, is something called Windows Shell Bind TCP. Let's go this over a little bit. And then I want to set the local port that it's going to listen on to, I don't know, something like 443 or something like that. And however, this will, alright, and then I want to put it in char. However, I think you'll pretty soon find a problem. We've got breakpoints and other stuff that will end up breaking the code in here. So what we want to do is first clear up the screen, and then put this instead into WAR format, then pipe it through Metasploit framework encode, which will basically then encode the entire payload that we're trying to do. So, as you can see, we use /a to tell what specific architecture that you want to use, which in this case will be x86, and then we set it a list of bad characters that we don't want, so the space, the carriage return, and other stuff. I think I got that right. And so what we then want to do is do -b single quote and a list of bad characters. So x is x x 0 x 0a x 0. I think it's d. Yeah, so that's d. And then the type, which we want it to be char. And this will basically give us a nice long list of shellcode to basically for us to cut and paste into the thing. So I can pretty much just go ahead and copy all of this, and then go into my exploit, and instead of having all of this, I think what I need to do is good. Let's go down. Okay, so what he does is he adds a couple of knobs. This is basically to make sure that for some types of encoded payloads, it basically oops, I still want that back there. Okay, so this will basically right up to here. We've got the address of where we want to jump to, which is the shellcode, which is here. We're going to add a couple of knobs like he does. This basically allows us to have certain types of encoded shellcode. It basically prevents certain problems with encoded shellcode from happening, and helps to it basically makes it less fidgety. The more knobs you add, if you have the space, the more flexibility you have, so that if it ends up pointing to somewhere that's not actually on your shellcode, it still ends up pointing into that knob array, and then it will just run its way down into your shellcode. So knobs are your good old buddies, essentially. Okay, and then we want to take all of that out and paste in my little exploit. Check that that's actually right. Yep, looks right. And that should be good. And this is nearly the end, really. Because now all I have to do is close. Make sure I reset this. Run it. This time it was then. I'll take out all of these pluses. Doesn't have pluses. Yeah, that's one thing I won't work is pluses or any other characters. You can have multiple symbols like this, but the other way to do it, the other way to do it is to just have all of these inside single quotes, but that takes a bit more time. And it's not really worth the effort, because you can just as easily do it this way, provided A, and do what I'm doing right now, and have pluses in it, and B, actually just copy this whole entire thing when it doesn't have pluses. Okay, one sec. I've nearly solved myself with the problem of the pluses. And save that and try it again. There we go. Okay, now the other thing is I don't need this anymore, I think. Actually, I'll just keep it up just in case. By default, clear, cd to my home. Done. That shouldn't be happening. I have done something wrong here. The other thing is you might want to have to play around with the code a little bit. I'm going to come back to you in a sec. I'll try and get it to